Every single achievement you have ever accomplished, every single thing that we know has its origin in a thought. If we get control of our thoughts, if we train our thoughts, truly what we can accomplish is limitless. I love to tell stories. Let me share a story with you. My first job out of college I was a high school English teacher, and I taught at an alternative school for at-risk youth. And I loved it. I was 23, I had all the energy, it was going to change the world. But navigating the classroom was difficult. And so I would try in every way to be creative. And one of my favorite units of the year was Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. So this is what I did. I got my students together and we literally read it out loud, all 120 pages, a little bit every single day. And the culmination was that we were going to write and direct and put on a 15-minute play of Frankenstein. It was wonderful, but I, as the director, had to figure out every kid had to have a role. And I had this student, his name was Derek, and he was he was the most difficult student I had. Constantly gave me the most, trouble after trouble after trouble. And I didn't know what to do with him. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should make Derek the creature. Maybe he can identify with being an outcast. Maybe he should be Victor. Maybe he's the misguided genius. Maybe he'll love playing that role. And then I had a thought one night. I should step out of the way and let Derek be the director. All of a sudden, I did that, and Derek began to take ownership of this awful little play that we were writing. The whole play, 15 minutes, he had to cover the whole story. And we brought in the principal and the assistant principal and the janitor, and we put on this 15-minute production. And in that one tiny little moment, Derek flourished. But I asked myself when I look back at it, what changed for Derek? And it wasn't me. It's Derek changed the way he thought about himself. For that one moment, for that 1 month that we did Frankenstein, because he wasn't a good student after that. It didn't reform him into making him the best student ever. I wish it did. That's not that story. But for that one moment, Derek changed the way he thought about himself. And what I'm hoping we can do here in this very brief amount of time, it'd be a little bit of naive ambition on my part, is that we can understand a little bit better about the way we think about ourselves